Former royal butler to King Charles claims that Princes Harry and William, who were once the best of friends, now share a non-existent and distant friendship. Today marks the 26th anniversary of Princess Diana's tragic passing in 1997 in Paris at the age of 36. Grant Herald opened out about his memories of the King, Prince Harry, and Prince William. Grant worked for King Charles for 7 years while he was the Prince of Wales. The butler gave an explanation of why the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Sussex did not issue a joint statement on the occasion of their mother's passing last year, which was the 25th anniversary. "I was 18 years old when she died," Mr. Herald added. "I can still clearly recall it. It was 5 in the morning when I learned Mom had passed away because I couldn't sleep." The 10th anniversary of her passing reminded me of my time working for the King. To celebrate her anniversary, a sizable party was held. While working on it, William and Harry declared that it would be the final time they would publicly honor her passing. In the first few years following her passing, memorial services were held in her honor. They nonetheless drew the line at that point. They do occasionally tell stories. However, it is now done in private to honor her on her anniversary, and they predicted that would occur in 2007. In his remarks about the late Princess of Wales, Mr. Herald said, "Well, I was fortunate enough to go on the Britannia when I was working with the King. I can still see the famous picture of Diana and her sons. She is depicted in the Sundial Garden, where I had my base of operations, and it is still there today. I can still feel a connection to her despite never having met or known her, because I recall thinking, 'Wow, she sat there.' 7 years after her passing, I joined. Even though 7 years may seem like a long time, in the larger scheme of things, it hasn't been that long. And when I joined, it seemed like she was still very much present." William and Harry were like growing up as described by Mr. Herald. "I mostly dealt with them as they were approaching their late teenage years and 20s. I admired how well-liked they were with one another. Together, they were usually laughing and joking around. It was innocuous when they wound each other up with practical jokes. They shared the same friends and were best friends. In the bars, you would see them together. For them, it was a wonderful time. I recall once meeting them at the pub. They called my name when I got there, and when I turned around, they were behind me. They were both very outgoing young men. They used to be the greatest of friends, but now they are really non-existent, and that is what makes it so painful. Many of Harry's pals, many of whom I know, don't hear from him anymore."